Hello, I am Carolina Jascott, and this is my presentation on the career fair. So first up, we have the explanation of the skills and knowledge needed to be successful in a career involving cognitive psychology as well as neuroscience. So the people that would want to work in this field, they must be highly skilled and have great critical thinking, as well as they need to be able to analyze data and create research. Um, the most major positions, according to the American Psychological Association, call for graduate level training in neuroanatomy, brain behavior interactions, and research methodologies. As well as I've also learned in the past that it's best to have a degree in psychology, pre-med also, considering you most likely need a doctorate degree in order to be in this field. And yeah. And then technical abilities are also crucial, such as the use of neuroimagining devices like MRI and EEG. Working in research teams and presenting findings also require excellent communication and teamwork abilities, as you will most likely be working in a group of people. It's not something that a person just does on their own. Next up is the difference between cognitive psychology and neuroscience. So, cognitive psychology investigates mainly the mental functions such as language, memory, attention, problem solving, and mainly focuses on human cognition, learning, and memory, frequently utilizing behavioral studies to gain insight into the inner workings of the mind. So, it's mainly about how your brain works and the brain parts and what each part of your brain is for, considering there's multiple, your brain is divided into different parts, and it's mainly about which part is responsible for what. But neuroscience studies the chemical and the biological functions of the nervous system and the brain. It examines how neural activity and brain anatomy affect behavior, frequently with the aid of the techniques like electrophysiology and brain imaging. Neuroscience focuses on the brain and how its physical processes enable cognition, whereas cognitive psychology concentrates on the mind and how humans process information. Next up is the explanation of 2 to 3 exciting careers in the field of cognitive psychology and neuroscience and how these jobs have evolved over time. I chose to do 3. The first one that I chose was a neuropsychologist. So, people with brain injuries, strokes, or neurological disorders like dementia or ADHD are diagnosed and treated by neuropsychologists. The advancement of sophisticated neuroimagining methods and computerized cognitive tasks has changed the profession by enabling more precise diagnosis and customized treatment. These days, neuropsychologists work in private practice hospitals and rehabilitation facilities, frequently in interdisciplinary teams. The second career that I chose was cognitive neuroscientist. So, cognitive neuroscientists investigate how mental functions such as perception, memory, language, and decision making are supported by the brain activity. The field has grown into new areas, including artificial intelligence, which is AI, such as including ChatGPT, brain mapping, and consciousness research as a result of the development of techniques like fMRI, EEG, and brain-computer interfaces. These experts frequently operate in research, clinical, or academic settings. And the third one that I chose was human factors specialist. Experts in human factors use cognitive psychology concepts to create environments, methods, and products that respect human capabilities and limitations. Originally centered on military and aviation systems, the discipline has expanded to encompass virtual reality centered healthcare technologies and UX design. With the development of automation and artificial intelligence, this profession is always changing to enhance human performance, safety, and usability. Next up is the description of the value and importance of research within the field that includes common research methods and how they are used within the field. So there's multiple research techniques that I found. But first up, the research is essential to cognitive psychology and neuroscience because it advances our knowledge of how the brain and mind work. Scientists investigate neurological illness, memory, perception, attention, and decision making through study. This information serves as the foundation for creating therapeutic inventions, creating educational resources, advancing technology, and guiding public policy. So the first one was just experiments, and by changing factors in oh my gosh, monitoring results in controlled environments, experiments are used to test theories on mental processes. Memory tests, for instance, and could assess impact of various study techniques on recall. The second one was neuroimagining. By observing the brain activity in real time using techniques like fMRI and EEG, researchers can associate particular brain regions with cognitive functions. The third one was case studies. Detailed analysis of people with brain diseases or injuries show how behavior and cognition are impacted by damage to certain brain regions. There is actually a study on a guy who I'm pretty sure when he was younger, he fell off a bike and he was in a bike accident, and he had part of his brain removed, and he was being tested on for a very long time to see how his memory and how his life is affected by this. I'm pretty sure it was the Miller study. It was something like that. I would have to double check, but the fourth one was behavioral tasks and surveys are used to collect information on mental processes from sizable groups, which aids in spotting trends and in learning or thought processes. And the fifth was computational modeling as a technique of simulating human mind in order to test theories and forecast mental processing results. Here are my references. I will also upload a separate page of this into the assignment. And thank you so much for watching.